And Pastor Fred, this is the follow-through. This is our last week on this series where we're looking at doing justice and loving mercy and kindness, walking humbly with our God. We've been talking about humility all week. Whew, a lot of stuff in there. Today we're going to be in Colossians 1, verse 18. It reminds me of a theme song from Malcolm in the Middle. If you remember this series a long time ago, and it was the theme song said, "You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me now." No, you're not, right? You're not the boss of me. We very often have that attitude, don't we? And it's appropriate if somebody is trying to boss us around, right? Trying to bully us a bit. Yeah, okay, I get that. That's fair, that's fair. But I think we really kind of have that attitude with a lot of people. And it's a defense mechanism so that I don't have to look at my faults. I don't have to look at the fact that maybe I'm not in control. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be in control. Right? God is the one who's in control. Colossians 1, verse 18, nice and clear, Paul says that Jesus is the head of the body, the church, right? So I'm a pastor. I am not the head of the church. I am not, right? People will ask me, who owns the church? Who's the most important, right? You know, it's Jesus. It's not me. He's the head of this. Any other thought in my mind is going to be wrong, right? Jesus is, it says here, in the beginning. He is the firstborn from the dead, that in everything he might be, right? In everything he might be preeminent. He is the one who is in control. That is what we need to look at in all the things that we do as a husband. Man, that's behind how I treat my wife and my kids, how I do life with them. It's all over, written all over those relationships. With my church, right, as a pastor, right, in your work, as you do your job, as you're at school with your, right, if you're a teacher or if you're a student, whatever it is, in your friendships, that you realize that God is in control, that He's the King. He calls the shots. We want to look to Him. We want to listen to Him because He knows, He alone knows what's best. He alone knows what's right. And sometimes we even go to Him and say, "You're not the boss of me." Because I don't want to face my failure. I don't want to face the fact that maybe I just don't know. And what if everybody knew that I didn't know? Well, it would be called being honest and being humble. And you're going to grow from that because God's going to be there to give you, right? Because if you're a vessel, right, and you're full completely, and that's what happens when we're full of ourselves. Think about that for a second. You're full of yourself. I mean, what room is there for God? For His instruction, for His love, His forgiveness, His correction in your life, His growth, and all that? None, because you're full of yourself. So, like, how is that working for you, being the boss of everything? Right, the ruler of your little universe. Again, we got to be responsible for things. I get it. But He's the one in control. He's the one calling the shots. He's the one really giving us the power and the strength that we need. And let's go to Him. Let's be empowered by Him and healed by Him and strengthened by Him every day, that we might be able to do justice, love, kindness, and walk humbly before our God every day. This has been great going through this with you. Again, share these videos with others in your life, and if you could hit that subscribe button, man, you'd be doing me a tremendous favor, and I would be thankful for it. So we'll talk to you next time for another follow-through.